Hey guys, so today I've got a quick No BS Beauty Bulletin. A few things to talk about. First of all, an interesting article I read this morning, kind of a press release from Procter & Gamble saying that they're lining up with the Humane Society to promise to be cruelty-free by 2023, which is a ways away. So it's kind of a PR move. Procter & Gamble owns several brands, and you know, don't be tricked by it because they're not cruelty-free. Basically, they're stating they hope to be in 4 years and that they're going to work on it, which is, in my opinion, kind of just a response to a lot of other countries banning animal testing and things like that. So Procter & Gamble is known to sell most of their products in mainland China, which means they're animal tested. So, right now, in my opinion, they're choosing money over ethics. Basically, mainland China, they're probably making billions of dollars there selling their products there. And instead of saying they're cruelty-free, and because of that, we're not going to sell in China, they're saying, hey, in 4 years, we're going to hope to be cruelty-free. So, Olay owns a lot of brands. Olay is one of them. Ivory, Old Spice, Safeguard Secret, SK2. Aussie, Head & Shoulders, Herbal Essences, Pantene, Rejoice, Vital Sassoon, Crest, Fixodent, and Oral-B and Scope, as well as Braun, Gillette, and Venus. So they've got a huge company. They're gigantic. So, and that's just the main, like, personal products. Once you get into Tide and things like that, it's a lot. So anyway, at least they're saying that they're gonna hope to be. So at least by doing that press release, they're saying that, you know, animal testing should end. So they're not saying they're going to stop right now, but at least it's something. But don't be tricked by it right now, because if you pick up Olay, it's not cruelty-free. Anyway, so on to another interesting thing. I found this quite interesting. Sephoa is launching a new influencer program called the Sephoa Squad, in which case they're choosing certain people that apply, customers that apply. They will be paid to review Sephoa products on their Instagram, YouTube, any social media site. So they're going to be paid, and they're going to be given the products for free. I'm assuming that all these reviews are going to be glowing reviews to build hype up about products. You know, once you hear hype about, I don't know, there's lots of Vintner's Daughter, which has like 1 or 2 small products that are like $200 each, and I've known that they've given it away to a lot of people to get glowing reviews. So I'm assuming all these products, you're going to be hearing glowing reviews about them, but I don't know if they're going to be stating that they're in the Sephoa Squad, so you know that it's kind of a paid review. Anyway, so I'm a little disappointed about it slightly, because lately Sephora's been cutting back on a lot of their member services, their free makeovers, their rewards program, gifts with purchases. Instead, they're focusing on spending money, giving it to people, and paying it to post their reviews everywhere. So I guess I just want to point out that I've never taken a free product in exchange for a review. I pay for everything. So you always know that my review is honest. I don't know. I have a feeling when somebody's being paid to review something by a company, they're not going to bash the company or the product, because then they're not going to be paid to do it anymore. So anyway, so that's a little story I just wanted to report, just so you're aware of it. So if you start seeing glowing reviews of a bunch of highly fragrant, low beneficial ingredient, badly packaged products, that might be where it's coming from. Anyway, so back to the animal testing thing. Australia last week passed a ban on animal testing. So they've passed 11 new measures to restrict it and hopefully end the practice. Australia's got a lot of good brands. They've got a lot of stuff. They have Frank Body is from Australia. Dr. Roebuck's. I've got a lot of Dr. Roebuck stuff, but from Australia. So it's kind of nice to see a big country. Well, it's big geographically, not population-wise. But anyway, it's nice to see an entire continent ban animal testing, I guess. So I thought that was a nice story to read. So hopefully a lot of other countries will follow in that direction. So anyway, and on to my last story, which I just found this interesting. E.L.F. Cosmetics, which is a huge brand. And it's kind of interesting to see that they have some issues, which also kind of I found interesting that they were charged with about $1 million, pretty close to $1 million in sanctions for violation of voluntarily disclosures. So basically, E.L.F. was sourcing false lashes from China, but China was getting the materials for some of the false lashes from North Korea. And if you are from the U.S. and you have a company, you're not supposed to be using any products or materials from North Korea, basically to kind of, it's all political. But anyway, so E.L.F. was buying these from China, not knowing that a lot of the materials were sourced from North Korea. So once E.L.F. realized this, they reported it and disclosed it, and then they were faced with $1 million fine. So it's interesting that a big company like that can have issues, which is why I always question a little bit cosmetics and products that are made in China, because you just don't know exactly where it's coming from. So if you're wearing false eyelashes made with slave labor from North Korea, I wouldn't want to be wearing those false eyelashes, I guess. So that's why I'm always a little bit inquisitive about products that are made in China, just because China's huge, it lacks a lot of regulatory oversight, and China's friends with North Korea and some other countries. So it's all very political, but very interesting to see. So I know people ask me frequently, why do you care where it's made? Well, I do care because personally, I don't want to support slave labor in North Korea. So anyway, kind of an interesting story, I thought. So those are some of the bigger news stories I found from today. Obviously, there's always stuff going on every day with cosmetics and beauty. It's a giant industry. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have any comments on any of the stories or any thoughts. Also, check out the Amazon link below and nobsbeauty.com. I have shirts coming tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And if you pick them up from nobsbeauty.com, we will do the shipping for free. So thank you guys so much, and see you tomorrow.